Hello friends, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can save a list to JSON file and save this JSON file on our local storage. In short, we save it for offline usage. So we're going to save the file with the JSON extension because the data that we have in our list is in 2 pairs. In short, it's a JSON file. Yeah, so in the last tutorial we did come up with a list of categories that will show in a recycler, and we're able to get the data to another activity. But in this tutorial we're going to continue from there, and we're going to focus on actually saving this data to our storage. Okay, so in continuation from where we left off, if you haven't watched the previous tutorial, please do so that you can actually follow this one. But if you're smart enough, you can still follow this from here. Yeah, so the first thing we need to do is we need access to the storage, so we need permission. If you're using Android 11 and going up, you're going to need some extra permission to actually be able to write to storage. Yeah, but I'm assuming we're using Android 10 and below. So to have access to storage, you can simply go to your activity, in this case main activity. Let's just add a more block. In this more block we can add an empty write string to path. What this does is it adds a read write permission to our manifest. Or if you don't want to add that, you can always go to menu and go to permission. Then here you can just select the read and write external storage. So with that we have permission. Now to be able to save the list to JSON, let's have a button. So I'll quickly add a button. Let me just add it on top there. Let's give this button some margin just for character sake. Then let's change its color to save can be maybe blue. Okay, and we can change the text color to white, and the font size let's change to 18, and the text itself let's say save. Okay, so we have our save button there. Let's just run this and see what we currently have, the list that we are saving and how we're going to save it, so that you should be able to completely follow that we have actually saved the file to our external storage. So let's run this and see what we have. So you might find this useful in some of your projects where you want to save the data that you're loading from, for example, Firebase, and you want to save it for offline usage. So once you save that JSON to your external storage, you can always load it from there in case you don't have internet or you want your app to load faster than having to wait for it to gather all the information required via the internet. Okay, so now let's install, open. There we go. You can see that our permission request is actually working, so you need to grant the permission, allow. There we go, we have our list. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this list to our external storage. So to do this, we're going to put the logic on button click listener. So let's go back and let's go to view event and go on click button 1 on click. Here we want to save the file, so we are going to do this. We want to save it in JSON, so let's get the list map. Since we have a list map, if you have a list string, you can use the list string to save your JSON file. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write the string to path. In this case, our string is a JSON string, and we need to give it a name. So put that there, and then the path, let's save it to download folder. So to save it to download folder, let's use the join block. Join, let's put the join there. Then here we're going to get external storage directory, and we're going to complete the path. Download, so get external storage directory. Okay, now let's not use get storage directory, let's just get the public directory type, which will be the downloads folder. This will be easier for you. This means we're saving in downloads folder. Now we just need to add the name of the file, so let's call it dummy.json. Remember, we're saving it as a JSON string, so you need the extension to be JSON. Save. So with this simple logic, we're able to save the data in our list to external storage in that path that we decide there. So you can always change the path to whatever you want. And now let's just add some spice by toasting saved. Okay, so this means when a user presses button 1, it will save the content of the list that we saw earlier, categories, to external storage. So let's run this. As this is running, let's just check the external storage to make sure that the file does not already exist, as proof that this is actually working. So open any file manager, go to your downloads. So your download folder, you can see, let me just delete everything that I actually have here. Okay, so my download folder is now empty. Let's install this. So now you will see that once we press on the save button, we'll actually save the file to our external storage. So let's just click save. Once we click save, all these data in the list, banana, apple, orange, and so on, will be saved. There we go, our toast saved. Now let's open the storage and see if we have the file saved in the downloads folder. There we go, you can see dummy.json, just like the name we had set the JSON file.